there is intellectual backing from a lot of that comes from this guy named Curtis Yarvin. What is your take on him? I think he's a smart vato for sure. Speaks with a lot of history. He catches a lot of history everywhere, and he ties it together to package it in an entertaining way. I mean, it's good to listen to, but I don't know. What is your take? Like, being in like a publication like Reason and all that. Like, what is y'all's take on something like someone like Curtis Yarvin that is influencing a lot of these populist ideas?
I am not a fan. I appreciate the hustle, and some of his writing has a bit of a flair to it, but he engages, and a lot of those guys engage, and they do a large amount of scapegoating immigration as well. That group of people, like JD Vance. I think in the first week of Russia invading Ukraine, it's like, why should I care about Ukraine when the fentanyl coming across our open border is killing, X thousands of Americans. Like, you could see he tested the line out. He thought it was really the one that's gonna win the day.
He's the one with that commercial, right? Says like, I don't hate Mexicans or something. It was like a weird commercial. He did a commercial about that where he straight up says like, I'm not a racist. I like Mexicans. I forgot what it was, but it was a funny one. I think it was one of those guys did.
I wouldn't doubt that for a second. Yarvin engages, and I see a lot of people who are more explicitly libertarian and who engage similarly, and in this, which is a collective demonization of people or industries, pockets of politics, or people who happen to work in certain professions. I mean, he's the one who's popularized the phrase "the cathedral" to talk about everything, all the stuff that you don't like, right? It's the media, it's the political elites, it's academia, it's entertainment. It is the cathedral. And there's, maybe if it doesn't have its own one pope, you get the idea. And if you do anything against the cathedral or against the regime with a capital R, then you're a brave truth teller. The problem with that is that you're engaging in collectivization of your own. All right. Some people are doing it in the name of anti-collectivism, but your collectivist insult is collectivism, even if it's in the name of anti-collectivism, right? Like, as soon as you start,
is that the hustle? Is that his hustle where he does cathedral, but then he'll say it's decentralized? So it's like he's in these two worlds where it's like it's the cathedral, like you said. There was the way you said it, but then he'll say, but there's no one. It's all decentralized, connected, and that's why it makes it so powerful. I mean, that sounds interesting, but I don't know. I mean, is that a little bit
it's a shortcut to conspiracy theorizing for sure, because someone's got to control it. All you have to do is see, like, who can't you criticize? Then you'll find out who the real power is, right? Like I have seen this. I'm old enough to have seen this play out in a lot of different countries, in a lot of different contexts, including in America. It's not a shortcut to rationalism. It's a shortcut away from rationalism. And also when you start believing it, when you start getting high on your own supply, if you truly believe that there is a single monolithic entity out here who is going to dismantle all that is good and right and then force you to eat your own shit, then the only logical thing to do really is to take up arms, right? Like, seriously, if you really believe what you say, in a similar, though not exact way, that Joe Biden is going to have a summit against hate tomorrow at the White House. Looking forward to that one. If you really think that a big swath of the country is semi-fascist, as he put it, or even all the way fascist, I mean, if we had tens of millions of fascists in this country, there should be a lot more fighting in the street. I don't want fascists in this country. Fascists suck. If they were actually fascists doing the fascism, that's not what's happening. What's happening is that people are riling up their own kind of base, or are trying to attract people into their apocalyptic worldview. I'm against apocalypticism, right? Curtis Yarvin, back when he was writing his Mencius Moldbug, all the people around the Claremont Institute Review of Books, Michael Anton, when he was writing his whatever the hell, the Flight 93 essay in 2016, all of that depends on a certain monolithic view of the other team as in the process of doing unspeakably bad. And everybody in there is therefore bad. And you're either with them or you're against them. This is the only thing. These are the only possibilities of being. It's ludicrous on its face when you like take it out of its context and just sort of think about it for a half a second. It's ludicrous if you go to whatever your local big box retailer, store, or mall, or baseball game, or anything, and just start talking to the person next to you who might have voted completely opposite of you, and they're like a normal person. It's fine. You know, nobody wants to stab each other in the neck. But like in the sliver of people who are way too online and talk to each other about politics in a certain way, you can kind of rile people up and get them excited to believe that they're part of this great, rebel force out there. I think it's deeply irresponsible. I think it's intellectually dishonest. And I don't want those people near power, because what they want to do ultimately, and they're saying it out loud, they want to use that power to smash their enemies. And the people, the politicians that they support are increasingly going to view things like that.